Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do a quick recommendation video. I don't have a ton of time, so I just want to give some recommendations for the romance readathon this weekend. Again, there are no hard and fast rules. It's just reading romance during April 3rd through April 5th, and hopefully, enjoying what you read and opening your eyes to something that you might not be used to reading. So I have a couple authors that I do want to recommend. So my favorite, probably, I have two favorites, is Tessa Dare. Now, Tessa Dare makes really accessible historical romance. She's not always 100% historically accurate. A lot of the characters have very modern sensibilities, but there are three of her series that I do want to talk about, and I just grabbed a couple of each series, but this is a novella, but this is from the Spindle Cove series. It really focuses on female friendships, and they're just really enjoyable. So I think there are at least 5, maybe up to 7 of the Spindle Cove series. I read them a couple years ago, really enjoyed them. Another one is The Castles Ever After. This is When a Scot Ties the Knot, but there are a number of these as well, and they're all just like really good. Again, not always historically accurate, but pretty enjoyable. And then the Wallflower series. So this is the Wallflower Wager. This one is an ongoing series. The next one comes out this summer. And again, just really enjoyable romance. The next author who I absolutely love, and this is one of my favorite series, is Julia Quinn. Now this is the Bridgerton series, which will be a show on Netflix, hopefully pretty soon. I know that they're almost done filming the first season. But this is my favorite book in the series. This is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Now, the thing about historical romance series is you don't necessarily have to read them in order, but it is recommended. They always recap a little bit, the background information of the characters. So this is number 4, I think. It's been a while since I've read them. So they always recap the information that happened in the other books, but to get a full sense of like the family, like this is almost like a family saga. There are a bunch of siblings, and each book follows one of the siblings. So I do recommend reading them in order. However, this is not a bad one, like as a foray into the series. So there you have it. Another one of my favorite authors that I am reading actually this series right now is Eloisa Kleypas. This is the Ravenel series. This one was so good. Some of the earlier ones in the series I did have a little bit of a problem with. I have 2 more to go, but this one is just really refreshing. Yes, it's pretty much historically accurate. The hero didn't try to like talk down or like save the heroine. She was like super capable. It was really good. The cover I think is hideous, but this book was just like fabulous. So everything that I showed you so far was Regency except for this. This is Victorian era. This one is actually in the 1700s. So this is like, it takes place in England, but during King George III's reign. So this is before Regency. But Eloisa James is another one. She has a fairy tale series. She's been around for a while. So I like the Wild series. That's the one that she's working on right now. Again, this is ongoing. This is an ongoing series, and this is an ongoing series so far. So, again, you can jump in at any time, but I've been enjoying these. And then a final author I would like to recommend is Sarah MacLean. These books are very modern. They would not have taken place in the era that they are written in, at all. The women are very feminist, which I do appreciate. However, at the time, it wouldn't have been the way that they would have acted necessarily. But this is Victorian as well. Really love this series. So this is also an ongoing series. The next book comes out this year. So those are just some of the authors that I would recommend as far as Regency or Victorian historical romance. I know that there's also an opportunity to maybe read like women's fiction or another type of romance story. So if you want to talk about historically inaccurate, these are probably top of the list. But I just grabbed one of Philippa Gregory's books. She wrote The Other Balloon Girl. Again, not even close to historically accurate, but there's definitely some romance and some intrigue and stuff. So if you're just getting into historical romance and you like historical fiction, probably not a bad choice to start with something like that, as long as you don't mind about the inaccuracies. I was a history major. Some of them bother me. Some of them it's just pure entertainment. So there's that. Now my, not issue, but my comfort zone is basically historical. I do like some contemporary. And I know a lot of people have problems with this, but I really love The Hating Game. I think I read this book in about a day a couple years ago. So I'm going to attempt to reread it this weekend. So that is one of my contemporary reads that I'm going to do. I'm also, I've read a lot of Debbie Macomber, so I'll probably read a little bit of her. And yeah, as far as the dark romances or sci-fi or paranormal, I haven't decided if I'm going to delve into that, but I'm going to link everybody below, and there's a ton of good recommendation videos going up today. So anyway, I really suggest, if you're not used to historical romance, to maybe, take a dip in that pond and let me know if you've read any of these or what you are going to be reading this weekend. All right, bye-bye.